Since I arrived here a little more than 24 hours ago, it's been very cloudy, and I have not gotten a good view up to this point of the mountain, but the clouds have parted, at least in this direction where the mountain is, or at least some of the mountain is. It's huge, very wide from this angle. And I'm trying to get a view of the peak. I saw what looked like a peak moments ago before kind of got stuck in this tree canopy, but I'm not positive if that is the peak, and I'm trying to get a better glimpse, and I think from the angle that I'll have in a matter of seconds, I should be able to tell. By the way, Moshi is a city of, I believe, more than 200,000 people. It's one of two fairly sizable cities in this area. The other is Arusha, which is larger. I believe Arusha is about 2 times the size of Moshi. This whole region is full of huge tourist attractions in terms of nature. There is the mountain right up here somewhere, and there are national parks. There are people go on safaris, like the famous Serengeti Park in Ngorongoro is nearby as well. There's a lot to see. Unfortunately, I am not going to be seen. I just got a little peace sign from some guy in uniform on a bicycle. I don't know if he's a cop or what. Anyway, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing a lot of exploring because my time in Tanzania is running out. I need to be out of the country 7 or 8 days from now, and it takes about a week, almost a week, to get up and down Kilimanjaro, so I don't have time for that. And because I really need to press on with my East Africa trip, and because it's pretty expensive doing the safaris and climbing the mountains for a variety of reasons, it's not going to work out this trip, and I'm just going to hope that I come back here sometime in the near future, or sometime, and actually climb Kilimanjaro and see some of the wildlife as well. Well, it seems like I've been duped a bit, or maybe duped myself. It's often my first instinct when I want to see something or trying to make something happen to just walk or run. In this case, I'm walking. I've got the saying of just go. That refers more so to travel in general. My gut instinct when I get the sense that there's some action or opportunity for action is to just take off walking. And that might not have been the smartest thing to do, because it seems like I just keep running into more and more tree canopy, and by the time I pop out of it with a view of the mountain, the clouds may have returned, and who knows if I'm going to see anything. We shall see. These little schoolgirls who just walked by me ducked when they saw me holding the phone. I think they were thinking that the camera was pointed at them when the camera's in selfie mode. I pointed that out to them. They said okay, so it seems like they understand English. Or maybe I'm gonna do the really sketchy thing of hop on the back of one of these guys' motorcycles and tell me to drive me to some view. But I just realized I barely have any cash on me, so I don't know if that will work out either. Mambo. Poa, poa, Rafiki. Freshi sana. They didn't even try to sell me a motorcycle ride. They're just being very friendly. So you see, I've picked up a few words in Swahili. Alright, do I have a view of the mountain? Do I have a view of the mountain? No, I've got clouds and trees, and looks like I'm going in the wrong direction. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, I do not have a view of the mountain here. Indeed, I walked in the wrong direction. But fortunately, I stumbled upon a porter, one of the gentlemen who climbs up the mountain carrying tourist baggage on his back and on his head, and he's going to be so kind as to tell us a little bit about Kilimanjaro. So this is Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
And you just told me, Brian, that I actually did see the top in one of my photos, correct? The photo I showed you, that was of the top of the mountain. Yes?
Yeah, it's the top, yeah. The top of the mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro.
But unfortunately, I have not climbed it, so I don't know what it's like up there. So, could you tell me what it's like to climb Kilimanjaro?
Oh, Mount Kilimanjaro?
What is it like to go up to the top?
Oh, there is a challenge. There is a different amazing things. There is a breakfast at Barranco Camp. There is a breakfast. The rope which people climb with, it's hard and it's not easy to climb with, but yani, I can't explain it because the language which I might use.
It's okay. I'll ask easy questions. How many days does it take for a tourist to climb Kilimanjaro?
It depends what the road you choose it to use. In Marangu, there is 6 days, 7 days, 5 days. Machame, there is 6 and 7 days. It depends how the tourist it choose it or their ability to climb with. It can help him to go fast and to back fast, or they move some of the they don't sleep some of the camp, they move it. So when you move it, you don't sleep it, and the day will be we'll climb it for few days. So
it will take less time.
The Lemosho, people they climb by Lemosho by using 6 days, 7 days, or 8 days. It depends.
And what is it like for you? You carry people's stuff on your head?
Yeah, different things like bags of the tourists, food, chair, tables, tents, different things. We carry it on my head, on his head, Porters, in the bag, not inside, here.
So if some girl brings a giant suitcase, some huge suitcase, do you put that on your head and you walk up the mountain with it on your head?
Yeah, it's simple to keep it on my head because it's simple to carry it more than to carry by using my hands, because when I'm put here, I can take a balance to climb with. And porters, there are different styles to carry it. For example, when they climb the big ropes, like the rope which I might told you, breakfast, you can put the things, you can put that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff which you carry it, you can put it on the bag. But when you walk in the space that there is no rope, you can put on my head because I have a balance too.
I think a lot of people want to know, and I don't understand. How do you balance it? How do you not let the bag fall over? How do you keep it balanced on your head?
Sometimes I use my hands.
So show me. You walk like But
Yeah.
when I'm walking around the city, I see women walking with something on their head, like fruit or who knows what, and they don't use any hands. They balance it.
Okay. Some of the porters, they can carry without
hands.
Yeah, without hands. They can walk without hands because they experienced it. You can when you visit Mount Kilimanjaro, there is a porters who climb Mount Kilimanjaro for 7 days, for 10 days, for 10 years, for 7 years, more than 10 years. So you can see they experienced into that top for the many years. So it's easier to him to climb it without carry by using their hands. Yeah, but some of them.
How many years or how many times have you climbed the mountain?
I think 11 trips. And the kilogram who porters carried it 20 kilos.
Do you carry 20?
I can.
Have you carried 20 up the mountain?
Yeah, I'm not going with that kilos to the Uhuru Peak. Uhuru Peak, it's a few selected.
Uhuru's the very
the top of the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. Uhuru, it's a few selected. So porters who are not attend Uhuru Peak, it's sleep somewhere called Baraf camp. Eh?
So-
Inaitwa Baraf camp. Baraf means ice, but
So
the name of the camp it's called Baraf camp. The camp which porters are not go far out, but from Baraf to Uhuru Peak, which people wake up at 6. Wait, sasa usiku ni AM or PM?
PM is night. AM
night?
is morning.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Some of the tourists is going to Uhuru Peak. Porters, they stay there, Baraf camp. So some of the porters who stay Baraf camp, because I'm not agreed to go Uhuru Peak, but I'm already attending Stellas,
But
the place where people take checks.
Have you been to
Certificate.
Uhuru before?
Uhuru, yeah, of course.
And what is it like up there? Is it very beautiful?
Was so amazing. You can see you are in the top of Africa, so you can see different things in Uhuru Peak. When you are at Uhuru, you can see Africa is so amazing. Sugarcane plantation, you can see it for the different ways. You can see the rivers. Lakes. You can see it on Uhuru Peak.
Like Lake Victoria?
I don't know.
That's too far.
I don't ask for the guide, but I think
Okay.
maybe but some of the rivers in Kenya you can see when you are Uhuru Peak, because Kenya is near with Tanzania and Mount Kilimanjaro is
Right near the border.
at the border. Yeah. It's here.
Okay, well, I hope that someday I will climb the mountain and maybe I will run into you up there. Maybe we'll meet again at Uhuru.
It's good. You can.
I think that would be good. I think that would be
It's
very
amazing.
very bari. I think it would be mzuri sana.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, seriously, you can. You can climb it. Very simple. It's for few strongest.
Okay, well, Rafiki, asante sana. Thank you for believing in me. Someday I need to climb it.
You can.
And I wish you lots of luck and success and enjoyment in your many journeys up the mountain.
Oh, congratulations.
Okay, asante sana.
Okay.
Bye. Well, that was unexpected. It's really bright. Walking right in the sun. I cannot see what I'm filming, but I guess I'm filming myself. So yeah, I was not expecting to run into a porter and get a little interview. That was a nice coincidence. And everyone around there is very friendly. I guess there's a little church school that had just let out. Now the tree canopy is giving me some shade. And the kids over there were very friendly. I thought they were younger, at least I wasn't expecting to run into someone who's already a porter and hauling 20 kilos of people's stuff up and down Kilimanjaro. But that was fun, and he confirmed that I had indeed seen the peak, Uhuru. The photo I took of it, and little video I took of it, was from basically in the middle of town in Moshi. My plan to come to the outskirts of town to get a better view failed, but it did land me a little interview with a porter, so I'm very grateful for that. I hope you enjoyed learning a thing or two about Kilimanjaro and hearing from a person who climbs it on a regular basis. And on my way back into town, I managed to find a pretty unimpeded view of Kilimanjaro, above this tree canopy at least. The sky's pretty clear, but the cloud cover is very noticeable on the top. Okay, I'm back in the center of town, and the view is definitely not unimpeded, but I kind of like it this way. I think this is actually my favorite view of the mountain. It just, when you're here in the center of town, it looks more impressive. It looks more massive. You can see how far it goes off just to one side. It just looks like it's bearing over the city, as opposed to trying to peek through some trees and clouds just to get a glance at the peak. Anyway, I like this, and I'll leave you with that.